Sometimes, when you go through your bad times, we start to forget things. We start to forget who we are. The journey is what it took to get there, and those are the lessons you learn along the way. Around we don't, because it had the value. We know what it's like to go without. We know what it's like to lose. We know what it's like to have and have not.
Just one feeling, one emotion brought us a concept, and the concept brought us a fashion show.
When we create this grudge match collection and do the grudge match, we're going to change lives.
Hi everyone, I'm Camilo Torres, and welcome again to Flow Community Podcast. In here, we're going to have great conversations with the beautiful people that has joined our community. We're going to get a lot of inspirations from their life journeys, passions, creations, because we believe that when you share your unique story, you can inspire others. So please enjoy this new episode, and also would love to invite you to join our community. And if you would like to be part of this podcast, please go to our website, flowwithcommunity.com. Thank you.
So please, let's welcome Trevor. Hi, Trevor. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
And thank you so much for joining our podcast. We were having an amazing conversation about your journey, and I feel like you're a very important part for Samira, for her current projects. But anyway, I don't know who wants to start.
Okay, well, thanks again. Thank you for having me here. It's an exciting time to talk about how I met Samira and the projects we've got going forward. So it's quite a funny story how we met. It's happened about 4 or 5 years ago. I was in the Bulgari hotel, and I took my daughter to the lavatory, and we came up in the lift, and Samira was in the lift with this amazing coat, and I said, "That's an amazing coat." And my daughter, Isabella, reached out to Samira, and through my daughter talking to Samira, that's how we became friends.
With the energy.
And it was just amazing. It's like they knew each other for. My daughter's, children don't lie. And,
How old was your daughter one day?
She was about 2. She's now, but since then, she became firm friends, and Samira's like the auntie to her, and it's just been
auntie now.
a great friendship from there, really.
Oh, nice. Wow, interesting. Now, how was your coat? Like, what color was it?
Wow, it was actually one of my latest collection that I don't remember which collection it was. I think it was the Wonder of Roses collection.
Yeah, it's really bright and colourful.
Yeah, it was
really
very bright, and he liked my jacket, and oh wow, look at your jacket, it's amazing. And then it was a conversation, how it started. So I think it was all about the energy. The connection was all about the energy between me and Isabella. And then in 2 weeks, we became very close to each other. And then he invited me to his friend, Emil Heskey, book launch.
Yeah.
And then this is how it started the friendship. So
Nice.
yeah, I became the family, and then we started to work together. So every single day closer and closer and closer.
That's special. I guess like when you have a connection with people, then I don't know, it just evolves with, you never know, like.
Exactly.
And then when you're open as well to connect with people, then magic happens, I guess.
Yeah, actually, and when you're around Samira, you find that she has an amazing energy. She draws people in, and so that's one of the things that I resonated with when I first met her. And even the way she inspires people by her energy and her strength is fantastic. So I mean, for me, when I met Samira, it was like a calling, and I'm here because of that moment of my daughter and this amazing young lady here.
Nice. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
very
important to
interesting.
connect and be
Yeah,
open.
absolutely.
And great. And then how is like the relationship between fashion and, well, if you want to do a little intro of what you do.
Okay, well, my background originally, I was a special football player at Fulham back in the 90s when it was I had a big curly perm and black and white TV. So I've evolved a lot since then. But I've always been involved in fashion, and like if you imagine, like footballers are fashion icons. I suppose use David Beckham as a example. I'm not David Beckham, but I love fashion, I love clothing. So it was a natural synergy when I met Samira and had her fantastic collection that I was drawn to her, not just her energy, but also her collection. So as I've evolved in what I'm doing now, Samira was the perfect person to team up with to help me growing my merchandise range and what I'm doing, the project I'm working on.
Oh, nice. And how it's, I mean, well, Samira, you want to explain a little bit something about that?
I think Trevor is the best one to explain about the whole project, because the project is just super amazing and it's huge. So I think he's expert at everything about this football project, and it's not actually all about the football. We have so many other sports in this project, so
Okay.
I think I can leave it to Trevor to explain.
Yeah, and thank you very much. And again, you've given me this platform to explain a little bit about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So the project is called a grudge match, and we use the grudge match not in a way that people used to know grudges as violent and aggressive. We're trying to change the word grudge as if you've got a disagreement or rivalry, you've got to settle your grudge in a nice way. Now, I'm always about including the general public, and most of the times celebrities and wealthy people get the privileges that normal people don't get. So if you imagine if you've got a singer like Beyonce or Michael Jackson, God bless his soul, and you had an opportunity to perform with them as a normal person, it'd be a great opportunity. Exactly the same thing with sport. So what we're doing with the grudge match, we've chosen two iconic teams, Arsenal and Liverpool, and we're giving the fans an opportunity to play with their idols in the game. So it'd be half fans, half legends of the game. And then we're running a competition that the fans enter a competition that they can opportunity to not just see their idols on a TV screen. You're now sitting next to your idol, playing in the sport with these guys. So we started with football, but it's evolving from football to golf to cricket to any sport, basketball, any sport where legends are retired. You now can sit side by side and compete with your other rivals in the same team as your guys. So where it comes in with Samira, as you can imagine, in every sport you have a kit of clothing. So we want the fans to have a merchandise range. So we're going to create a grudge fashion range. So when you're walking down the street, it's not in a big grudge match across there, but because Samira's experts in the fashion, it's going to be very ready to wear streetwear. So fashionable baseball cap, fashionable polo shirts, fashionable hoodies. And that's where the collaboration comes from. Samira and her family with the years of experience in fashion, she was the perfect person to collaborate with. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm really humbled and happy to have this amazing person with me working on the grudge match.
Wow, congratulations to both.
Oh, thank you very much.
I feel like, I mean, you both are very lucky to have each other and this collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so honored to have somebody like Trevor in my life that, giving me this passion every single day to go through to all these challenges in my life, in the projects with so many ups and downs, So sometimes it's just crazy. When I give up, he's like, come here. We talk a lot and he just pushed me forward. So, yeah, I feel so blessed.
Well, to add on to that, I mean, I think like you can only take out what's inside you, and people sometimes focus on the negative. When I look at Samira, she's got so much quality that she don't need to focus on the things that don't work. If she just concentrates on the things that works, she'll be stepping ahead of everybody else. So when we have these conversations, sometimes, when you go through your bad times, we start to forget things. We start to forget who we are. When I met Samira, we had a conversation, and she talked about a queen, and I look at her that way, and I was like, if anyone's rule, a king needs a queen needs a rule to rule. She's an amazing woman to inspire, not just women, but, just to tap into your strength. And that's why the grudge match, what we're doing, is all about tapping into your strength. So the normal, common people on the street, you matter. Because most of the time, people look at the 1% club or the 10% club. We're looking at the 8% club. The 8% club, the normal people that have dreams and aspirations but never get the opportunity. For collaboration with the knowledge and experience that we've got here, with Samira's passion, her drive, and the fashion brand, and what I'm doing, I'm absolutely excited to move forward, and I know this is going to be an absolute winner, and I just can't wait to get it out there to show everybody how important it is to say that everybody matters, not just the people that everyone looks up to. No, you matter, the postman, you matter, the doctor, the surgeon, the bus driver, the taxi driver. Everyone matters, and everyone needs an opportunity to feel important. Yes. And if the grudge match can do this, when you put on the merchandise, I want you to feel like a winner. I want to feel part of this. I want to feel strong, and that's why joining up with a strong brand like Samira does. That's why it's so important.
That's magical. Oh my God. Sorry.
You can see the value.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like, okay, first of all, like to comment in both situations, like so important to have someone or yeah, someone that gives you like as a designer or creative person to give you the like the boost of
Exactly.
that. And I
Especially
mean, if you guys are
with the
collaborating,
designer's
yes,
life,
exactly.
so many challenges, we always need some push because sometimes we give up.
Mhm.
Sometimes people just judge us, through to our social media, the pretty faces, the good images, videos, but they don't even know what is behind the scene.
Correct, correct. Yes, and well, anyway, this amazing collaboration, and then also for you, I love the idea that this project is just to bring. Like I feel like you, like everybody matters. We come from a journey. Everybody has a journey, and I feel like what you said to compliment yourself about social media. Like people forget that to go into point set that people is at the moment.
Exactly.
They went through A, B, C, D, E, and those it's up and downs, and it's a hard work to go through. And the journey, telling your journey and expressing it, it's important so people feel like, hey, I don't know if they wanna be whoever they are at the moment, if they wanna be to someone, well, there is a journey to go through. It's not just magical because if
It's not coming overnight.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, like, and to add on what you're saying, I think the journey is the story. And people always look at the destination. The destination is what people see, the end product. The journey is what it took to get there. And those are the lessons you learn along the way. And those points are what give you your strengths. The journey when you reach rock bottom and you've got to push yourself again, that's a journey. When you feel like everything's against you and you got through that, that's a journey. And that's the story. The story is this, not the story's there. And people always look at that. Well, I want to be like that, but they don't know. It takes, you've got to get uncomfortable in doing the things you don't like. You've got to get comfortable to get up when you don't want to get up. You've got to get comfortable to pick the phone up. Get comfortable to do all these things and create a habit. And those habits become the discipline. The discipline is important. The discipline, the determination, the drive. All of these, once you've got those things, you find it becomes a habit. So you've got to get up. You've got to make that phone call. You've got to push through it. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to quiet the noise. You've got to say, you know what, I'm focused on that's the journey and I need to get to the destination. Once you've got that focus, it doesn't matter about the noise around you. And that's why when I look at this young lady again, I see these points. So when sometimes we do, and we go into that complain mode, and we go to people, and everyone talks about how bad their lives live. You need to change that. You need to go to people and say, "Oh, how can I do it?" It's not the why, it's the how. Because the why is justification. The why is why has things happened to me? Why me? Why me? It's not about the why. It's about how can I move this thing forward. The problem doesn't change. You've got to find a solution. What is the solution? And once you get a solution, then that's the how. And that's why when we talk about this way, I tap into her strength. She starts to recognise and gets her head up and realise, you know what? I matter. I'm a winner. And I said to her all the time, there's no point saying a winner and acting like a loser. You've got to walk like a winner, you've got to talk like a winner, you've got to move like a winner, and that becomes effective. And that's what people buy into. So
you attract what you express, I guess.
100%. So shake it off. You know what? If you believe it, you know what you have. I know what this young lady has inside her. And that's why I don't allow her to go into that defeated mode, because you know what? That's easy. To be successful takes hard work, and you know what? But you know what? You've got it inside you. We're all human beings, and sometimes it's what you like. Thoughts become things, and you start thinking you're a loser, then that will come into manifest. So you have to act like that way, even if it's hard. Got to push through it.
Correct. Wow. Completely agree. And this is like
that's a strength that we don't have this strength.
Yes. Yeah.
I believe in our own industry in fashion because we are, as an artist, we are all emotional. We are using our emotion and feelings to create something. We have the strength, but not like this. So I think I needed something this in my life to, just push me like forward. You can do this. Never give up. So yeah, that's why I'm so blessed and honored to have Trevor in my life, to have Isabella in my life, and just not to give up.
Well, thank you again. I'm also blessed, but that's what I say. That's why once you succeed, your story is important, because if you don't succeed, you can't tell the story. And all the inspiring designers out there who are where you are now, struggling, when you come through it, you can stand on that stage and you can say, I understand that journey. I've been there. I understand, when I don't know where my next pounds come from, don't know where my next meals come from, don't know whether people believe in me. And you said, I've come through it. So you can relate to them. It's very difficult for people to relate to people who've never been through in their shoes. Like they're saying, like, how was it like to wear other people's shoes? Unless you walk in those shoes, you don't know what the pain is. You don't know what the pinch is. You don't know how it feels. So you have to walk in those people's shoes. And I think that's why it's important, so important, that you come through this. Because if you don't, that story will never be told. There's children that ain't been born yet that you could inspire because of your story. Yes, I mean, with children have dreams and aspirations, and it's important that people like Samira, the young child in a assembly, looking up and say, I want to be a fashion designer. And when I look at her story, how she came through the tribulations of tough times, and she came through it. That's why it's so important, because you're saying there's no ceiling. There's no limitations. And I know people say it's not always easy, but you know what, we have a choice, and at every moment you make a decision, that decision has an implication. And sometimes we don't realise that you always have a choice in life. This gives us free will. And but sometimes people come along and they say they don't know how to get there. But this is the how, because she's been that journey. And it's all right to say you can have fame, fortune, money, this, that, but how to get there? And that's why so many people try to have a shortcut to success, and there isn't a shortcut to success, because every number has a lesson, and every disaster you go through has a lesson that teaches you. And if you shortcut those ways to success, you will never understand those lessons along the way that will save you when you have your second time round. Because sometimes we have a first time round, we become successful just by pure luck, and we lose it because we don't know how the value of it, etc., etc. The second time round we don't, because it had the value. We know what it's like to go without. We know what it's like to lose. We know what it's like to have and have not. So that's why when you meet people like Samira, and I wouldn't say myself, but you know what, I have a story, and I kind of think that I'm being a late developer, but now I've come back with so much passion, knowledge, and determination that I know that I want to be the number one on the podium. For me, it's not about being second, it's about being first, but also then when I'm up there, helping people up, because I think often we try to help people up on our backs and they pull us back down. I think it's much better to get to the top of the hill, then pull people up, than try to carry people up the hill on your back. And that's because often with selfless people, we want to help anyone, but you've got to remember, when you learn to count, number one comes first. When you go on an aeroplane, they say save yourself first before you put your gas mask first before anybody else. We've got to remember those things. Save yourself first, and if your intentions are right, then you'll serve people. And that's why I believe that not just children have dreams, adults have dreams as well. And as you grow older, sometimes we want to be this, but we settle for this. I want this, but settle for this. And I think too late in life, we settle. That's what life's going to give us, and that's it. I don't think we should settle. Why should children have dreams? Why can't a postman? Why can't a man who's 50 have dreams? Why have you got to stop dreaming just because you're older? And I want to make, that's why the Grasp is so important, because I'm going to give these people opportunities to say, you can dream. Now, you can still play with people, you can still meet these people, you can still inspire your kids and your grandchildren and say, you know, that time my mum and dad played with John Barnes, Emma Heskey, Ian Wright, all these kind of famous people that they looked up to in any world of sport or music.
Great. And I feel like there is no age. Like you can start from whatever age it's.
I'm saying there's no age to people to stop dreaming.
Yeah.
Why should people stop dreaming? Because you're 40 and 50. Why should you? I find that, and what I've done in my company is that I've employed older people, because I think very often they've got 30, 40 years of experience. Often we bring people out of school and say, we're going to give you guys jobs. You've got no life experience. You've got no contacts. You've got no relationship. Why should we stop these people in the 40s, 50s who've been working 30, 40 years, know so many people, know all the knowledge? I think that's wasted experience that we're giving away. So one thing we've encouraged in our class match, there isn't any age limit. We employ older people, 50 plus, and 30s and 40s and 20s. So it's a very diverse mix of people.
Nice. Wow, interesting. Wow, thank you so much. And this is super inspiring. Thank you for sharing all this.
No, thank you very
Yeah,
much, and,
yes,
and
yeah.
praise Lord for that.
And just to finish, I would love to hear more the story about the flying collection that we previously talked. How you related about that?
Okay, well, it was interesting, and I know I
The
feel like
Green Park.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot, but anyway,
Wow.
You're the special guest.
so it actually happened. We actually went to do some training
Yeah.
in Green Park. I had a bit of a back injury, but we was walking through Green Park, and it was an interesting day, and we saw a butterfly in Green Park, and I said to Samira, your collection should be like a butterfly, free, and beautiful as a butterfly is. When a butterfly flaps his wing, it's beautiful. And then we had a moment where we held each other, and we felt like we was flying in the sky. And it actually did feel like we both felt it. We felt like we just lifted off the ground, and we looked up to the clouds, and we felt like we didn't even look down. We just felt we both had the same experience. We thought we was floating, and it was like it was so surreal at the time that we couldn't explain it.
Very strong energy. I don't even know what it was.
It was powerful.
It was very powerful.
If you didn't believe in God at that moment, for me, you felt the power of the divine, because it was such a powerful thing that it was almost. It wasn't scary. It was just.
No, it wasn't.
It
was
feel strength. I just felt like I was hovering in the air, and I said to Samira, "Can you feel that?" and it was like it was amazing.
I couldn't even talk because I was a little bit shocked. I never had this experience in my life with this feeling. It was a very special and new feeling in my whole life. And then the feeling, the emotion became a concept.
And then I write poems every now and again. I think I'm a poet, but I'm clearly not. But then I wrote a poem about that experience.
Yeah.
Called the Butterfly Collection, and Samira. And also, well, we talked about doing a collection with Alexander McQueen's nephew.
Yeah.
And Samira was, and I don't know why she was in doubt of her own ability.
I'll tell you later about this.
But we had a conversation, and she realised who she was. And when Samira told me her name when she first met me, I said to her, her name means something. When you say your name, it should resonate, it should mean something. And I had to remind her again of who she is. And then she realised that, you know what? And then she went for it. And obviously I wrote a poem about the collection, and she had an amazing fashion show with Alexander McQueen's Gary Queen.
Yeah.
It was one of my favourite moments in my life that I remember. We talk about it often.
Yeah.
Wow.
So even now, I can't believe that just one feeling, one emotion brought us a concept, and the concept brought us a fashion show.
Nice.
On my runway. So this is something extraordinary, I would say. As I said, I believe in energy, and my word is extraordinary. And I always think out of the box. I don't want to think like small. I always think out of the box, and I always think big. And he's one of actually people who inspire me every single day to give me this courage and passion to achieve what I want. So, as I said, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I'm done. So I get emotional sometimes. But he's helping me with my strength, with my power, and all these. Yeah, it actually was unbelievable in the beginning, but I made it.
Yeah, and you did a fantastic job.
Nothing is impossible.
No, if you've got the right mindset, and as I said, all the D's, the determination, drive, and stuff like that. I mean, my daughter is my inspiration. She's my world, nice. And obviously, I'm guided by her presence often, and even that too when she brought me to America. She doesn't always jolt everybody, but I'm so grateful because we're here today because of that moment, and I've seen this fantastic lady go through different trials and tribulations and come through it. And sometimes, you know what, when we look back and we talk about this story, and even into the future, we'll talk about this moment and realise that you can come through it. And of course, there's always casualties of war. There are, but you have to push through it. You've got to say the purpose has to be more important than the journey. You've got to say, this is the purpose. This is what I'm here for. We have one life, and it's not a dress rehearsal. We can't take this life back into the next life. We've got to get every bit of ounce out of it. And if you've got a passion, a dream, and you can inspire people as you have, then and God's given you a gift, then you should instill that in other people.
Really,
you should like drop little breadcrumbs on people and water the seeds that they can start to be little Samiras, little Trevor, little Commit. All that happens, that we're here to inspire, because this life will end, and what leaves behind is legacy. What did you contribute to life? How will people remember you? What will they say about you when we pass away? Will they say, they did nothing, all that money did nothing with it, or did to inspire these people? There's a guy walking around London, he's got a tattoo on his body of a quote that I made up.
Oh, wow.
And I told this person, and she told him, and he did the tattoo. So he doesn't even know that he's wearing my tattoo that I made up quote. And that's how you can inspire people. You haven't even got to be in their presence.
Yeah.
You can inspire that person, they told that person, and it's a chain reaction. And next minute, you've touched someone's life and they never met you. And this is why with the grudge match, when we create this grudge match collection and do the grudge match, we're going to change lives. For me, that's power. Power is not about having millions of pounds in your bank. It's being able to influence people. It's being able to influence how people think, what people wear, how they feel. For me, that's power. For me to be able to put a smile on someone's face without even touching them. For me to put an emotion in someone's face and someone's heart without even touching them. That's magic. That's power. Not me giving someone £5, £10. That's physical. That doesn't even last. They spend that £10, it's gone. That feeling that we create can last a lifetime, because it's a memory. You can't remember that £10. You can't even know what £10 is, but you can remember that moment in Green Park. I can remember the moment I sat in here having this podcast. I can remember the moment, all these things, those are memories that we can remember in our lives, and that maybe we tell other people. Now, from this conversation, you may tell people that you've met me, whatever, and you could inspire other people. So therefore, I've now touched someone else's heart, and I never touched them. And this is what the power of people. That's why it's so important when we have people like us. We all come together as one. We say, let's make a difference. When there's so much things going on in the world right now, where people dying, people ain't got nothing to live for. We need to give people something to live for. We need to give them hope and show them that, I know it's hard, but we have to find a way.
Them value.
You have to find it, and that's why, because you have to know your worth. Because if you don't know your worth, someone will tell you what you're worth. So you need to have your own value. You need to know what my self-worth is. Otherwise, someone says, you're worth that, you're worth this, you're worth that. No, I know my worth. Therefore, I would not go below my worth, because this is my self-worth. And that's your self-esteem. And that's why it's important.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, guys. I think we can continue on and on and on. And I feel like we could have a podcast with you if you want to join. I would love that.
Whenever you're ready,
that would be very interesting, and continue with this inspirational.
I know.
Wow, I didn't even know I had it in me either.
Nice.
That's where it came from.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And thank you for everyone. Bye.
Thank you, guys.